Chosen one, tonight something beyond comprehension is happening. The same God who stretched out the heavens with his hand, who carved galaxies into the infinite dark, is bending low to touch your eyes. And this touch is not like any other. It is not the touch of comfort, it is the touch of awakening, the touch that tears veils and breaks illusions. When his fingers meet your sight, you will not only see with clarity, you will see reality through his eyes. The fog that covered your path will scatter in an instant, and what was once hidden in shadows will be revealed with piercing brilliance. Things that looked ordinary will suddenly blaze with sacred meaning. A glance at the sky will no longer be just stars, it will be eternity speaking. A passing word will no longer be random, it will be heaven whispering direction. And from this moment on, your vision, both physical and spiritual, will never again be the same. You are about to perceive what others cannot. You are about to detect patterns they will miss. You are about to walk with eyes trained by heaven itself. This is not imagination, it is divine timing. This is not a dream, it is a decree already signed. And as this revelation opens before you, I want you to do something bold. If your spirit is aligned with this word, press like right now, subscribe if you haven't already, and declare publicly by writing the number 99 in the comments. Why 99? Because it represents the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one. And tonight, you are that one being found, chosen and touched with a vision that cannot be reversed. This is your moment, and nothing will ever look the same again. Chosen one, when the touch of God descends upon your eyes, it is not a slow process, it is not a gradual improvement, it is an eruption of light that reverses time itself. Imagine for a moment that the years of strain, the weariness of vision, the dimness that tried to settle in your life are suddenly peeled away as if they never existed. Colors that once seemed dull ignite with vibrancy. Reds blaze like fire, blues deepen into oceans of eternity, and gold radiates like living light. Every detail sharpens with a precision you thought you had lost, as if heaven itself has polished the lenses of your soul. The limitations that chained you to blurred perspectives dissolve instantly, and you realize something extraordinary. What God restores. He restores beyond the limits of nature, beyond the definitions of time, beyond the reach of decay. But this miracle is not confined to the physical. As your eyes regain clarity, your spirit enters alignment. The fog that clouded your judgment, the confusion that whispered lies, the uncertainty that kept you wandering, all of it breaks like morning mist under the rising sun. You begin to discern truth from illusion with an ease that feels supernatural, because it is. Where others are deceived by appearances, you now see the hidden structures behind reality. You notice what was invisible and you recognize what others dismiss as coincidence. The veil is lifted, and you are no longer a passive observer. You are a seer of divine patterns, and yet this restoration carries a deeper urgency. Because clarity does not simply mean seeing better, it means no longer having an excuse for blindness. What once could be ignored is now undeniable. You see manipulation where it used to look like kindness. You see destiny where others see chance. You see doors closing not as failure, but as redirection by divine hands. This is why the restoration is terrifying to some, because clarity strips away comfort. It demands action. It demands courage. It demands that you step forward without hesitation, for now you know what is real and what is illusion. Chosen one. Do you feel the weight of this? This clarity is a weapon. It is armor. It is strategy. With it, you can no longer be ambushed by deception. With it, you can no longer be paralyzed by confusion. With it, you walk as one who cannot be easily fooled, cannot be easily swayed, cannot be easily broken. Your eyes are no longer just organs of sight. They are instruments of discernment sharpened for battle. But here lies the mystery. This clarity is not only for you. As your vision transforms, it becomes a mirror for others. People will begin to look at you and sense something has shifted. They will not be able to explain it, but they will feel exposed in your presence. Some will be drawn to your eyes, comforted by the truth they radiate. Others will shrink away, unsettled by the fact that you can see through facades they thought were impenetrable. And this, chosen one, is the undeniable mark of divine restoration, the ability to shake atmospheres without speaking a single word. And yet you must understand, this is only the beginning. If God has reversed time in your eyes, what else might He reverse in your life? If he can restore sight with a single touch, what other limitations are about to collapse under his decree? This is not just about vision. It is about destiny unfolding. And as you step further, you will realize that what you see is only the first glimpse of what is coming. Because tonight, clarity has been given to you, but tomorrow, clarity will demand that you use it. And the question that hangs in the air waiting to be answered is this: now that you see, what will you do with what others cannot? Chosen one, when the touch of heaven rests upon your eyes, it does not merely sharpen your ability to see, it transforms the very way you interpret reality. This is not just about vision, it is about perception, about piercing through the ordinary to uncover the extraordinary hidden beneath. While others dismiss patterns as random, you begin to recognize them as divine codes written into the fabric of your daily life. What once looked like coincidence is suddenly revealed as choreography. What once seemed accidental becomes undeniable evidence of design. The Creator has turned your eyes into instruments of revelation, and now you see what others cannot even begin to imagine. Think of it. A sunset is no longer just a beautiful display of colors. It is a living letter from God, reminding you that endings can blaze with glory, and that even the close of a season carries the promise of new beginnings. A phrase spoken 3 times in a single day is no longer just a coincidence. It is a divine signal, a message delivered through repetition, urging you to pay attention. That unexpected encounter on the street, that unplanned conversation, is no longer random. It is an appointment scheduled in heaven's calendar, a collision of paths meant to shift your destiny. These are not accidents. These are codes. These are signs placed in your line of sight because your eyes have been anointed to decode them. And with this gift comes a sacred weight. You are not just watching, you are discerning. You are not simply noticing, you are interpreting. While others see smiles, you can detect motives. While others see silence, you perceive hidden battles raging within. You can look into someone's eyes and sense not just who they are, but who they are becoming. You can step into a room and instantly feel the atmosphere, whether it is heavy with deception or charged with divine opportunity. This is the mystery of perception granted by heaven. It allows you to move beyond surfaces, beyond appearances, beyond distractions, into the very essence of truth. But here lies the urgency, because the ability to see beneath the surface also makes you dangerous to those who thrive in shadows. Those who build their lives on lies will find themselves unsettled around you. Their carefully crafted masks will crack when exposed to your gaze. They will not understand why, but they will feel vulnerable, as if their secrets are being laid bare without a word spoken. And at the same time, those who are searching for truth will be drawn to you. They will feel seen in ways they never have before. They will be compelled to follow the light they perceive flowing through your eyes, because your perception is not just observation, it is illumination. Chosen one, can you feel the magnitude of this? Your perception has become a key that unlocks divine timing, guiding you to act when others hesitate. A key that opens sacred opportunities, allowing you to recognize doors disguised as walls. A key that reveals assignments hidden in plain sight, waiting for the one with eyes trained by God to step into them. With this key, you are no longer a victim of uncertainty. You are a navigator of destiny, steering your life by signs others overlook. And yet, there is an even deeper revelation. When you see beyond the surface, you begin to recognize yourself differently. You no longer define your life by outward appearances, by setbacks, or by what seems impossible. You begin to discern the hand of God in your own scars, your own detours, your own delays. You realize they were never random. They were part of the code, part of the divine design preparing you for this moment. Every hardship becomes a clue. Every disappointment a message. Every victory a confirmation that heaven has always been orchestrating your steps. But do not grow comfortable here, because perception is never passive. It is active, it is demanding, it is alive. Once you see, you cannot unsee. Once you perceive, you cannot return to blindness. You will be called to act on what you discern, to move with precision, to speak with authority, to step into places others fear because you already see the unseen pathways carved by the hand of God. And this realization brings you to the edge of something greater, because if God has allowed you to see hidden motives, divine timing, and sacred opportunities, What else might be waiting to be revealed? The surface has already been broken, the veil has already been torn, and yet, deeper mysteries remain. Chosen one, are you ready to discover what lies beyond even this level of perception? Because what is about to unfold will demand more than sight, more than discernment. It will demand courage to act upon what heaven shows you next. And the question still lingers in the air like a pulse. Now that you see the codes, will you have the boldness to follow them wherever they lead? Chosen one, you must understand this with trembling awe. When heaven restores your vision, it is never for vanity. It is never for the comfort of saying, "Now I see more clearly." No, this clarity is not a luxury, it is a summons. It is not an ornament for your life, it is an assignment on your soul. God did not give you new eyes so you could admire your own reflection. He gave you new eyes so you could reflect His light into a world still choking on shadows. This is why the restoration is inseparably tied to responsibility. Sight without purpose is wasted. Vision without mission collapses into distraction. But vision infused with divine assignment becomes unstoppable power. When your eyes are awakened, they cannot look at need and remain indifferent. When you see the hungry, you will not only recognize their empty stomachs, you will perceive their broken spirits and understand that your action could shift both. When your eyes rest upon the wounded, you will not only notice their scars, you will discern the silent cry behind them, and heaven will whisper, "Heal." When you see potential dormant in another person, you will not merely admire it from a distance. You will feel compelled to invest, to water the seed until it breaks the soil. These are no longer casual observations. They are divine instructions delivered through sight. Your eyes have become more than organs. They are beacons. In a world drowning in confusion, your gaze functions like a lighthouse standing on the edge of chaos. Ships lost in the fog of lies, manipulation, and despair will find direction in the steady fire burning within you. Your eyes will say without words, "Here is truth. Here is safety. Here is purpose." And those who are desperate for light will follow it, because people do not always follow teachings. They follow presence. They follow the glow of someone whose sight penetrates darkness. And now, chosen one, that someone is you, but be warned, to see is to be accountable. Once your eyes are open, you cannot plead ignorance. If you notice pain and walk away, heaven will remind you. You were given the ability to see so that you could respond. If you recognize injustice but stay silent, the fire in your vision will grow restless until you act. The gift of sight is weighty because it pulls you into responsibility. This is why some resist clarity. They know it comes with duty. But you, chosen one, were never called to hide. You were called to act. You were called to guide. You were called to stand as a living witness that vision, when aligned with God, transforms into action that changes destinies. And here is the revelation that shakes the very ground. Your eyes are no longer just for you. They have become portals. Through them, heaven releases direction to others. Through them, wisdom flows, conviction stirs, hope awakens. You may not even realize it at first, but people will linger in your presence, feeling strangely comforted or deeply confronted, simply because of the way you look at them. Your restored eyes carry the weight of eternity, and every glance has the power to pierce through defenses and awaken what was asleep. Chosen one, imagine the ripple of this reality. A single look from you can ignite courage in someone ready to give up. A single moment of eye contact can expose deception that was hiding in plain sight. A single gaze can confirm to someone lost that they are seen, known, and chosen by God. Your eyes are not casual. They are weapons. They are tools. They are assignments walking in human form. And if you dare to use them as God intended, you will become a guide for those who thought they would never find the path again. But this, too, is dangerous. Because as your vision becomes an instrument of heaven, it becomes a threat to hell. Darkness thrives when people are blind. Shadows spread where confusion reigns. But when one chosen carries eyes that function as divine lighthouses, entire territories of darkness begin to crumble. This is why you must guard your vision, because the enemy will try to contaminate it with distractions, lusts, and fears. He will try to divert your gaze from the mission to the meaningless. He knows if you keep your sight pure, nothing can stop the impact you carry. So now the tension grows. You can see what others cannot. You can guide where others stumble. You can heal what others ignore. But will you rise to the responsibility, or will you shrink from the weight of it? Because the truth is, heaven has already decided. You are meant to be a lighthouse in this generation. The only question left is how brightly you are willing to burn. And this is where the mystery deepens. Chosen one. If your eyes have now become instruments of purpose, then what happens when purpose itself collides with prophecy? What happens when these eyes begin not only to guide others, but to expose hidden battles and reveal the future written in eternity? That answer is waiting in the next revelation. But for now, all you must know is this. Your sight is no longer yours. It belongs to the mission. And the mission is only just beginning. Chosen one, when God sharpens your vision, He is not simply gifting you a personal miracle. He is equipping you for war. And not the kind of war fought with steel and fire, but the war fought in the invisible, where deception weaves its snares and illusions disguise themselves as truth. Understand this. Heaven would never send a soldier into battle blindfolded. Just as no warrior can strike with accuracy if his vision is clouded, no chosen can fulfill their divine assignment if they stumble through life with blurred discernment. That is why your eyes were touched, not as a comfort, but as a weapon. This clarity you now carry is not a gentle improvement. It is a prophetic edge, a sharpened blade in your arsenal. With it, deception fails the moment it approaches. Lies that once felt convincing now unravel in front of you. You will see hidden traps before your foot ever reaches them. Strategies of the enemy that were once cloaked in shadows are suddenly lit up by the fire of your perception. Where others stumble into snares of compromise, you will step with certainty, guided by the one who already sees the end from the beginning. Think of the battlefield you walk upon. It does not look like swords and shields. It looks like decisions, relationships, opportunities, and voices calling for your attention. Some voices are snares disguised as counsel. Some opportunities are chains dressed as blessings. Without clear vision, anyone would fall prey. But your eyes have been consecrated. Your discernment is now fine-tuned to detect the false shimmer of the counterfeit before it has a chance to seduce you. You will feel, even before logic confirms it, when something is wrong. And you will recognize, even when others doubt, when God has opened a true door that no man can close. But this prophetic advantage goes even deeper. It is not just about avoiding what is false, but about recognizing what is true before anyone else can see it. Imagine walking into a field that others declare empty, barren, worthless, and suddenly your vision ignites, and you see the hidden treasure buried beneath the soil. Imagine standing before someone the world has written off as broken, and suddenly, your eyes reveal the seed of greatness locked within them. This is what it means to carry prophetic vision. You are not bound by appearances. You see what is becoming, not just what is. You see God's fingerprints where others see chaos. And this is why your steps are different. Where others walk with hesitation, you move with divine confidence. Not arrogance, but certainty. The kind of certainty that unsettles those around you, because they cannot understand how you can walk straight into storms without trembling. What they do not realize is that you are not guessing. You are guided. Every step you take is under the illumination of eyes, trained by heaven. You can sense the traps waiting in the dark, and you can also sense the breakthroughs lying just ahead. You are never walking blind, because the one who touched your vision walks with you. But chosen one, let this truth strike your spirit with holy urgency. Prophetic vision is not only for survival, it is for conquest. You were not given clarity just to dodge arrows. You were given clarity to lead, to step into territories others feared to enter, to expose the works of darkness that hide in plain sight, to shine light so bright that deception has no place to dwell. With eyes sharpened by God, you become an unmovable force. The enemy cannot mislead you, cannot confuse you, cannot disguise his strategies from you. He trembles because what he once hid in shadow, you now drag into the open. And yet, this brings you into a tension that few can bear. To see truth is to bear responsibility for it. To know what is false is to refuse to partner with it. To recognize what is real is to risk standing alone when the crowd still believes the lie. But this is your prophetic advantage. It separates you from the masses. It marks you as one who cannot be swayed by the majority, because your sight comes not from men, but from God. And here, chosen one, is where the mystery deepens. If God has already exposed traps before you, if He has already given you vision that reveals what others miss, what else is He preparing you to see? Could it be that this clarity is not only for navigating the present, but for glimpsing the future? Could it be that what others call intuition in you is actually prophecy in motion? The answer lies just beyond this moment, waiting in the next unfolding of revelation. For now, you must hold on to this truth. You are not called to walk cautiously. You are called to walk prophetically. And with each step, the ground itself trembles, because the enemy knows you can see him before he even moves. Chosen. 1. What God has done in your vision will not remain hidden. It cannot. When heaven intervenes so radically, the evidence becomes uncontainable. People around you will notice before you even find the words to explain it. They will stop, mid-conversation, and look into your eyes, puzzled, unsettled, unable to articulate what they see. Some will whisper, "There's something different about you." Others will stare longer than usual, as if trying to decode the fire that now burns behind your gaze. And they will be right. There is a glow, a renewed light that cannot be manufactured, imitated, or extinguished. Your eyes will carry an authority that transcends language. Where once you may have struggled to command attention, now you will find that rooms grow silent when you look up. Your gaze will radiate a weight that pierces pretenses and disarms falsehood. Some will feel exposed, as if your eyes can read the lines of their soul. Others will feel safe, like they are standing under a light that protects them from the shadows. But one thing is certain. No one will remain indifferent. You will no longer blend into the crowd because your very presence will announce that heaven has marked you. This transformation is not cosmetic, it is prophetic. People will try to rationalize it. They will ask if you've changed your routine, if you are sleeping better, if you've started a new treatment. They will search for natural explanations to clothe a supernatural reality. But the more they attempt to explain it away, the more frustrated they will become, because the evidence is undeniable. Even skeptics, those who laugh at faith, those who scoff at miracles, will find themselves confronted by the raw fact of your transformation. They may not like it, they may resist it, but they will have no choice but to acknowledge it. Something beyond human hands has happened to you. Something divine has rewritten what was fading. Something eternal has touched what was temporal. And this testimony will not stay private. It will ripple outward. Friends will mention it in passing. Strangers will sense it without knowing your story. Your eyes will become silent preachers, declaring with every glance, "The God who designed vision has restored it." You won't need elaborate explanations. You won't need to defend your faith with arguments. Your very being will stand as evidence. Your eyes will testify louder than words ever could. But here is where the tension rises, chosen one. This glow, this authority, this undeniable shift, it will not affect everyone the same way. To those who love truth, you will be magnetic. They will feel drawn to you, hungry to understand what has changed, eager to stand in the light that shines through you. But to those who prefer the shadows, your very presence will be a threat. They will avoid your gaze, unable to withstand the piercing clarity in your eyes. Your testimony will attract and repel at the same time, and this duality is the mark of authenticity. For what comes from God never leaves people neutral. It demands a response. And so your life becomes a stage, your eyes the spotlight, your story the script written by heaven. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to reveal what God has done. Every conversation carries the possibility of awakening faith in another soul. Without you even trying, your restored vision becomes a seed of hope planted in the hearts of those watching, and some of those seeds will grow into miracles of their own. Chosen one, do you see the magnitude of this moment? You are not just living. With restored vision, you are walking as a living testimony, a vessel of undeniable proof that the supernatural is still alive, still active, still breaking into human history. Your eyes are now sermons, your gaze is now evidence, your presence is now a witness. And whether people rejoice, resist, or wrestle with what they see, one truth will stand unshaken. The God who created your eyes has touched them again. But this raises a question you must wrestle with. If the world cannot deny the transformation in you, what will you do with the platform it gives you? Will you hide the light, or will you let it blaze for all to see? Because, chosen one, this testimony is not just about your healing, it is about heaven proving through you that nothing is impossible. And that proof is only the beginning of a story far greater than you imagine. Chosen one, the moment has arrived. Heaven has sealed in you a dimension that cannot be undone. From this day forward, you will not walk with ordinary sight. You will walk with eyes baptized in fire, eyes that pierce through illusion, eyes that read the invisible codes written into creation. You will not only see what is in front of you, you will see what heaven sees. Where others collapse under problems, you will discern divine solutions. Where others weep at endings, you will glimpse the dawn of beginnings. Where others see emptiness, you will see hidden treasure waiting to be revealed.
Your vision has become more than sight. It has become prophecy in motion. And now hear this truth with trembling certainty. Your eyes are no longer bound by time. They are windows of eternity.
They are torches carried into a dark world, proof that miracles are not buried in ancient stories, but are alive, breathing, blazing, right now within you. When people look at you, they will see evidence. When they meet your gaze, they will feel heaven's weight. When they witness your steps, they will realize miracles still walk among us. And you, chosen one, are the living testimony. So step forward with this vision. Do not shrink back. Do not hide the light. This gift is also a mission. These eyes were restored to guide, to confront, to heal, to awaken. You were not chosen to observe, you were chosen to lead. You were not touched to remain silent. You were touched to shake atmospheres with every glance, every step, every revelation. Now declare it boldly. Seal this moment with faith. Write in the comments, I see through heaven's eyes. Let the world know that you are not blind, that you are not bound, that you carry a vision aligned with the eternal. This declaration is not just words. It is a prophecy you activate over your own life. Chosen one, the world will never look the same again. The fog is gone. The veil is torn. The horizon has opened. You will see what others miss. You will discern what others ignore. You will walk where others fear to step. Your eyes are weapons. Your gaze is fire. Your vision is destiny. And with every breath, every step, every look, you will prove to the world that the impossible is still possible. Lift your head, chosen one. Look through heaven's eyes. And remember, you will never see the world the same again.